And now it's my pleasure to introduce our student speaker today, Bobby Ricketts. So Bobby will graduate today from the College of Advancing and Professional Studies with a master's in critical and creative thinking. A Boston native who graduated from the Berklee College of Music in 1981, Bobby currently lives in Copenhagen, Denmark, and came here from there for this event. He's an international jazz artist, an arts envoy of the United States Department of State, an 8-time recipient of the Fulbright Hays Grant. He's made more than 30 visits to Africa to help launch activities and outreach programs that cater to young, aspiring musicians, and frequently travels across Europe to perform and deliver seminars and workshop classes in music performances. The saxophonist has performed solo tours in Europe, in the United States, Japan, Africa, and the Middle East, and has made live appearances with such names as Jocelyn Brown, Randy Crawford, Fred Wesley, and Roger Whittaker. He was recently featured as a saxophonist in Moon Jam, a legendary Danish pop fusion orchestra whose saxophone-based sound and repertoire is a cornerstone of Denmark's music cultural legacy. Bobby has been to 30 different countries across 5 continents, and he joins us today with his family from Boston and New York, who are here in the audience. I encourage you to listen to Bobby's journey and the way that he completed his graduate education here at UMass Boston, because as we think about the future, the way that he experienced this university speaks volumes about what the future holds ahead. Please welcome Bobby Ricketts.
Dear family, friends, esteemed guest speakers, honorees, UMass Boston faculty, staff, and fellow members of the class of 2018, welcome to all of you. And to my classmates, congratulations on your achievements. I'm humbled to have been chosen to stand here before you today. This is indeed an honor that I shall never forget, and I really didn't see this coming. Thank you. I was born in Boston, in an area where the tallest buildings of the city skyline were in sight, the blinking lights offering comfort as I fell asleep at night. When my family moved to Waltham, the skyline of Boston continued to be visible from the front steps of our house on the hill, kind of like the Emerald City of Oz in the distance. Frequent family outings brought us back to the city to appreciate its cultural offerings. Later, I conducted my undergraduate studies at one of the world's finest musical institutions situated in the Back Bay. Upon receiving my bachelor's degree, I relocated to Europe, where I still maintain my base. However, although I have found many places in the world where I feel at home, every time I land at Logan, I know I am truly at home. And on such a momentous bucket list occasion as this, there is no other place I'd rather be than right here, right now, in Boston with all of you. I've seen the city of Boston develop and mature over time, and a large part of that has to do with the tens of thousands of students from hundreds of countries who make their way here to pursue a vision of higher learning. I attribute my interaction with international students during my undergraduate years as being the catalyst to a curiosity about the world. I like to think of myself as a lifelong learner. However, throughout years of self-study, I've always felt something was missing. What I yearned for was a more structured method of study offered by a well-planned curriculum, as well as engagement and interaction with others who were immersed in a similar quest for knowledge. And therefore, it was natural to seek toward Boston as my home and the mecca for higher learning that it is. It was essential that I find an educational institution which is characterized by the excellence of its academic programs as well as the diversity of its student body. The University of Massachusetts, Boston was a natural choice, and the school has lived up to and exceeded my expectations. When I began my journey, As a UMass Boston grad student, this graduation day seemed distant and unattainable. And now that it's here, I feel, as I'm sure many of you do, happiness, accomplishment, and perhaps a sense of relief. At the same time, my experience as a student at UMass Boston has been so exponentially rewarding that I'm ambivalent about it coming to an end. Somehow, in some way, shape, or form, I hope that it doesn't, and that the classroom relationships, which over time have become meaningful personal relationships, will continue to flourish throughout a lifetime. And for this unexpected gift of friendship, I owe a debt of gratitude to my brilliant classmates, instructors, professors, and faculty advisor from the Critical and Creative Thinking program at the College of Advancing and Professional Studies. I am a musician and artist, and in this capacity, I've had the privilege of performing in front of audiences across 5 of the 7 continents. While at UMass Boston, the hybrid course offerings, which combine students on campus with those of us from a distance, have allowed me to maintain a schedule of international activity while continuing my education. I've been able to complete the requirements for a graduate degree while attending class sessions from locations in Denmark, Sweden, Italy, Nigeria, Cameroon, and Madagascar, along with classmates located across the USA, in Europe, Asia, and Australia. Now keep in mind that a course scheduled for 7 p.m. Boston time means that many of us have attended classes during the wee hours of the morning, sometimes twice weekly. So basically, I feel as if I've been jet lagged for the past 2.5 years. My travels have provided abundant opportunity for personal growth and a wealth of experience from the bizarre to the beautiful, learning from world cultures beyond the Western-oriented, while gaining an awareness of the power of music, its ability to foster change beyond the realm of music, and the contributions I can make as a teacher. I've found, or perhaps lost myself, in cultures where I wasn't able to speak the language or read the signs, both those signs which indicate the route to my destination, as well as the signs of everyday human interaction. In these situations, I've discovered that words suddenly become ineffectual, and that actions and the manner in which we carry ourselves are of vital importance. In this tension between the ambiguity of the unfamiliar and the sense of a mutual, deeply felt human connection on a musical level, I've often wondered if there might be a universal way of being, a way of being which allows us to see, accept, and embrace one another for who we are as human beings. These musings have led me to contemplate the thought that there comes a moment, and quite possibly there are several such moments, when we have to cease rehearsing for life, step into character, and be that person we're going to be. I believe this requires that we have a vision or ideal regarding our character, who we are, our relationship with those to whom we are connected, and what we wish to contribute during our time here on earth. For me, this is what it means to be an artist, and I believe it is something all of us can be. Today represents an opportunity to reflect upon how we, each one of us, might step into character from this day forward and be that person we are closer to becoming by virtue of the academic achievements that have brought us here today. My capstone synthesis is centered around the premise that we as humans are inherently creative. Every act involving people in an environment who carry out deeds which impact that environment and those in it is a creative act. Although it is often said that small actions are the ones which change the world, I'm thinking that regardless of what we do in life, what our vocations may be, actions are something that all of us can approach creatively and with artistry by persistently investing the best of ourselves in what we have to offer in a manner which contributes the highest possible value to the social space, community, and society that we share. And that perhaps it is small actions of this artful nature, guided by our highest, most authentic aspirations, which change the world in the most profound ways. This creative process of people who have embarked upon a journey within a particular time and place acting toward the achievement of a specific outcome is analogous to what all of us have lived throughout our graduate study experience at UMass Boston. The process is circular in that although today represents an end, an outcome, a goal, the destination of a journey, perhaps more importantly, it represents the beginning of a new journey. There's much to do out there in the world and much that needs to be done. So let us make a pact on this new journey. For with the collective knowledge, ability, and capability we possess through fields as diverse as health, science, education, public policy, and the arts, I am confident that we, all of us assembled in this venue today, will be counted amongst those who create vital, beneficial outcomes for the communities and societies of the future. UMass Boston graduate class of 2018, congratulations to all of you. May the best of what you have to offer empower you to be, create, and artfully lead the change you wish to see. Thank you.